If you have seen the video about my American V-Twin Dream, you will know that one of the bikes I'm considering buying is the new Indian Chief. The bike is not yet available around this side of the globe, but I managed to get a spot on the VIP preview day hosted by Alba Customs. So, on today's video I'll tell you what I think about the new 2022 Indian Chief. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hello my friends, I'm Spell and welcome to the channel. You will know by now the new Indian Chief for 2022. The bike has been available in the US for quite some time, so I will not be spending too much time with specs and details and things like that. Instead, I will be telling you what I think about it. The new Indian Chief comes to fill a void on the Indian lineup. If you were an Indian rider starting on the Scout, for example, you had nothing to upgrade to, unless you would want to go all the way up to a bagger that costs double of what the Scout does. So it is great to see that at least there is a choice now. Alright, so here in Europe we have three versions available: the Chief Dark Horse, the Chief Bobber Dark Horse, and the Super Chief Limited. Interesting fact, there is no 111 engine version, so you are stuck with the air-cooled Thunderstroke 116 engine. Not that it is a bad thing at all. And that also means you get the new and fancy 4 inches touchscreen ride command, no matter what version you choose to get. Going quickly through some of the specs, the 116 engine puts out 162 Newton meters of torque, and looking deep on the internet I found it has about 79 horsepower. In terms of dimensions, the Chief has a wheelbase of 1626 mm, overall length of 2286 mm, and the seat height is 662 mm, and weighs about 304 kilos with a tank full of fuel. And speaking about fuel tank, it holds 15.1 liters. Wheels are 130 19 inches machined cast wheel on the front and 180 16 inches on the back. There are small differences here and there depending on what model you choose to go for. I will try and point out those differences when speaking about the different models. Anyway, what do I think about the looks? Overall, these are some awesome looking bikes. Everything on these bikes was made to be seen and appreciated. But I'll be very honest, the first time I saw the pictures and videos of the bike, there were things I didn't like it that much, and to me it sticked out like a sore thumb. The first thing is that hole there in the front part of the frame on the neck. I didn't really like that when I first saw the bike. It is like once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Although in person it doesn't look that bad, but I still don't like it. The second is the rear fender. It looks great on the Bobber and you can even get away with it on the Chief. But having the same fender on the Super Chief, for me it doesn't make too much sense. In my opinion, it should have been a longer fender on the Super Chief and even on the Chief. As I see it, and again that's just my opinion, visually there is not much that differentiates the Chief from the Bobber, apart from the 16 inches spoked wheels, covered front forks and rear shocks and mini apes. Other than that, the Chief has mid controls, whilst the Bobber has forwards, and of course the price difference. The Bobber costs £1,900 more. Why? I don't really know. I can't really find that many differences there that would justify the price difference. Maybe I'm missing something here, don't know what, but if you know, let me know in the comments. Anyway, I wasn't expecting to like the Super Chief that much, but man, that maroon metallic color is awesome. It really pops like hell, and the fully chromed engine and pipes, ooh, sexy as hell. I usually prefer more blacked out look, but damn it, it looks so good. And it also looks super classy with the spoked wheels and all that. I don't like the look of the bike with the windshield, but the good thing is that it is a quick release one, so I can run the bike without it and only use it if I'm going on a big trip or something like that. The Super Chief also comes with floorboards instead of pegs. To be fair, this is the model that would suit me better as it already comes with saddlebags and pillion seat. Yeah, that's right, both the Chief and the Bobber doesn't come with a pillion seat. That also means they don't come with pegs for the pillion. So that's an extra cost to have in mind if you ride with a pillion and you fancy a Chief or a Bobber. Again, personally, I don't think it makes much sense. I can understand it on the Bobber, but not on the Chief. Hey, and before you continue, go ahead, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, as I want you to be the first one to know every time I post a new video. Despite the Indian Chief having more of a retro kind of look, it is filled with technology. The new 4 inches touchscreen rider command provides you with turn-by-turn navigation, riding modes. You can answer and decline calls and even manage your music from any Bluetooth connected device. And the list of other functionalities on offer is huge. I will leave it here on the side for you. It is also worth mentioning that all 3 models come with keyless ignition and cruise control. All that technology is great. We are always evolving and is more than normal and expected that bikes, even cruisers that in a way are made to be a bit more old school looking, will have to move forward with time and find ways to offer a modern touch without losing that old school vibe. I think Indian did that very well. It is, as they say, modern technology hidden in plain sight. I also had the opportunity to swing my leg over all the models, and first thing I noted, other than of course the seat height, was the fact they feel very light. In fact, so well balanced that I had to double check if the weight announced was correct. Even the Super Chief with its 335 kilos felt very light. I liked the feeling and the vibes I was getting from them, but it is hard to give you a more in-depth opinion about it without actually ride the bike for a bit. But I can tell you this, on the Chief I didn't like the pegs on the mid position, it is not my style. The handlebars, they seemed okay to me, to be fair. On the Bobber I was much more pleased with the forward pegs and mini apes. Felt great. On the Super Chief, the floorboards are awesome and would provide great comfort on long rides as you can move, the legs around. The handlebars were okay, I guess, but I think from all the 3 models I preferred the mini apes on the Bobber. One thing that was much better on the Super Chief, or at least it seemed like it, was the seat. It seemed really comfy, but I will only know that for sure after being able to take it for a test ride. Speaking of test ride, it isn't available yet, but I got the chance to hear how the bike sounds, and it didn't disappoint me. Granted, I was inside the showroom, so it kind of amplifies the sound. But it sounded great, it had a great deep tone to it, and I really cannot wait to take it out for a test ride and hear it in action. Right, let's talk about pricing. Just to remind you again, here we only have the 116 engine option. So in the UK, the cheapest model is the Chief Dark Horse at £15,795. The Chief Bobber Dark Horse costs £17,695, and finally the Super Chief Limited costs £19,995. Knowing the prices and what each model offers, what are their competitors? Or being more direct, what Harley-Davidson bikes are they going against? It is clear they are going against the Harley Softail market, but what model in particular, it is not that straightforward. I would say the Chief is going after the lowrider S, and Indian actually undercuts it by £1,200. In the case of the Bobber, I would say maybe both the Street Bob and the Softail Slim. In both cases, Harley-Davidson undercuts Indian by a crazy £3,700 on the case of the Street Bob and £1,200 with the Softail Slim. Yes, the Slim only has a 107 engine, but still, money-wise, that is a significant difference. And finally, the Super Chief. This one, I think it's much easier. It is clearly going after the Heritage Classic, and Indian actually undercuts it by £1,000. Unless you are happy with the 107 engine, on that case, the price is exactly the same. Actually, for me, maybe because I'm a cheap bastard, or maybe because I like bang for the buck stuff, I do see the Super Chief going against the Sport Glide, simply because the Sport Glide offers pretty much the same as the Heritage, with the exception of the big windshield and the more sportier look. Yes, the engine on the Sport Glide is the 107 versus the 116 on the Indian, but if you look at the price, the Sport Glide undercuts the Indian by £4,000. That's no small money. Anyway, do you agree with me? What bikes do you think Indian is going against? And more importantly, do you think Indian is winning the race here? Let me know in the comments. And that's it for today's video. As I said, I can't wait to test ride it, and then I will be one step closer to know what bike will be in my garage later at the end of the year. Many thanks to Levi and Alba Customs for the opportunity to see the bikes in person. I hope this video was useful to you. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up. And if you have any questions, write a comment below. Thanks for watching, ride safe, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Kadosh!